This presentation demonstrates how to deploy SQL Server always-on availability groups with Azure NetApp Files, also known as ANF. Azure NetApp Files is built as a simple-to-consume Azure native platform service with the power and reliability of NetApp ONTAP storage software. High-performance all-flash ONTAP enterprise systems are now available built into Azure data centers. With these systems, customers now have access to on-premises levels of high I/O and low latency in the cloud. ONTAP's capabilities with time and space-efficient snapshot and cloning are unmatched in the industry. Integration of ANF with the NetApp Cloud Sync replication service expands the hybrid cloud model further. Azure NetApp Files supports single or always-on SQL Server instances. With ONTAP snapshot and cloning technology, you can easily deploy a test and development database environment. For more information on how to provision Azure NetApp Files and set up security for SQL Server over SMB, please refer to the video Deploy SQL Server over SMB with Azure NetApp Files. Create an ANF volume for SQL Prod 01-data, SQL Prod 02-data, and SQL Prod-backup. Enable the failover clustering feature. Reboot the server. Create a failover cluster. Add all servers that will participate in the failover cluster. Because we are using SMB shares, we do not need to validate the storage. Provide the cluster name. You do not need to add the storage to the cluster because we are using the SMB protocol. The failover cluster has now been created with 2 nodes. Notice that there is currently no role created. Enable always-on availability from the SQL Server service. Notice that the failover cluster name is presented here. The SQL Server service must be restarted. RDP to the second node. Enable always-on availability from the SQL Server service and restart the service. Back up the database to the ANF volume Connect to the second node and restore the database that has database files residing on different volumes of ANF with the Node Recovery option. Create Always On. Add the replica node and enable automatic failover and read for both nodes. Select Join Only because we already backed up and restored the database. Notice that the database is synchronized. SQL Prod 02 is currently a secondary node, and SQL Prod 01 is the primary node. Testing failover. In this video, we have deployed SQL Server Always-On availability groups with Azure NetApp Files. Please consider these key takeaways. Azure NetApp Files is a fully managed cloud service. Just like any other Azure native service, ANF includes portal integration, access with REST APIs, the CLI or PowerShell, and associated SDKs. Azure NetApp Files is built using the power of ONTAP, the world's #1 storage operating system with a deep install base and market-leading network-attached storage. There has never been a better time to migrate to Azure. Start your move now. Thank you for watching.